Hey everyone, Boardgame Brody here with Meeple Mountain. I have a new kids game to show you, Inspector Knows. It's a cooperative deduction card game by NSV. So again, let's get right into it. One player will play as the inspector, and they will give clues, and the other players will try to decipher the clues to find the matching card that the inspector is trying to lead them towards. The clue card is placed out face up in the middle of the table, and 25 cards are drawn to be used for the game. Each card is double-sided, and different combinations of cards are used each time that you play the game. Of the 25 cards for the first round, 5 cards are randomly dealt out in a line. The card closest to the clue card represents number 1, with the last one representing number 5. The remaining 20 cards are used in subsequent rounds, 5 for each. The inspector takes the 8 dice and the 5 number cards. They will then randomly shuffle up those number cards and pick one of them. This card that they choose will represent the card that they want all other players to guess, and for it to be the last card standing. The inspector needs to be careful as they play because if they keep looking in the same direction of the indicated card, other players will deduce the card solely from their gaze. But to start the game, the inspector will randomly take 5 of the 8 dice and roll them. They will choose one of the 5 symbols that they think might give a good clue about the correct card that they are giving clues towards. The inspector will then place that die on the clue card. The inspector is not allowed to speak nor give non-verbal clues, and the inspector will solely give a clue by placing a die on the clue card. But the chosen die is not the only die that gives the other players a clue, but all the dice that they didn't choose as well. All other players will then discuss the die the inspector chose and the dice that they didn't choose. They will talk amongst each other and choose a card that they think they can eliminate. A card that they don't think is the chosen card. The card that they don't think goes with the clue. Or a card that they would think that would more go with a die that wasn't chosen. If the players eliminated a card that was not the chosen card, then they continue, and Inspector Knows gets to roll again. They will take the 4 dice that they just rolled, and they will add a 5th die from the pool of unused dice, and they will roll them again. Again, they will choose one of the new symbols that gives a good clue toward that one card, placing it on the clue card. The other players again discuss the chosen symbols, trying to figure out which image card it would be pointing towards. Again, the other players will choose one card that they agree on and they think is incorrect. They will eliminate that card again, placing it on the side while the other cards stay in play. The game continues the same way with the inspector always rolling 5 dice and placing one on the clue card each phase of a round. The other players discuss and must eliminate one card that they think is incorrect. Ideally, after 4 rounds, the correct card should be the only one left on the table. If that happens, then congratulations, the team solved the case and successfully eliminated 4 cards. Each card eliminated is worth 1 point each, so the team would score 4 points. So now what happens when the players eliminate the chosen card that they were not supposed to? Well, if the team accidentally eliminates that card, then the round ends immediately, and the team scores 1 point for each card that they successfully eliminated. A new round is then set up with 5 new cards. The next player in clockwise order becomes the inspector, and the game continues. After 5 rounds using all 25 cards, the players will then add up their points that they made throughout the game and compare them to the chart in the rulebook to see how well that they did. If you are a clueless snooper, you might need to keep working on your clues, but you might surprise yourself and really be an FBI agent, an international spy, or even a master detective. So this game is a big hit with my kids. They have asked me to play it over and over and over again, day after day. I have a 6 and a 4-year-old. My 6-year-old understands the game and can give clues and do everything, while my 4-year-old needs a little bit help and doesn't really know how to play the game, but still he has fun being on our team and because there are random pictures throughout the game. He gets to roll the dice and gets to participate in the game in some way. The game is definitely a kid's game. I feel like for the younger kids, it can be challenging because many times the symbols that you roll all have nothing to do with the cards, and you kind of have to think of a way outside of the box to connect one of those symbols to your card. And for that reason, many times the dice you don't choose can give you better clues than the one that you actually choose. Kids can have a hard time trying to find a way to connect those dice to their card, or for kids on the other side of the team trying to think outside of the box and find many reasons why a symbol might be pointing towards a card or possibly several cards, and which one they might not be pointing toward. Also, when you stack multiple clues together, it should narrow things down, as the first clue you might think could point to 3 cards, but then the next clue could point towards 2 cards, and maybe not even the same cards from the first clue. So kids need to bring in all the clues together to also make their decisions. Anyways, it's a great deductive card game for kids. Plenty of double-sided cards with enough variety to spark some imagination. My kids absolutely love this game, and if yours are like mine, then you will love it too.
This one was because some trees can be big and round. This one was because if you poke it, it's like a tree leaf. If you poke it, it rips. This one is that it can move the sand, as when your hair dry, it can move your hair. And this one is that it has something big on it.
What die is that?
Tree.
It has something big on it. Oh.
It was the tree.
Think outside of the box with your clues with your family and friends in Inspector Knows by NSV. Again, this is Board Game Brody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around and check out some other board game reviews to see what you might want to get to the table.